In the next 24 hours, I will be reading 21 books because I'm doing a 24-hour readathon where I plan on reading nearly nonstop for 24 hours. And who else would I force into this journey with me but the one and the only Witty Titties?
Yes.
We are in this for, as the kids would say, the long haul. Thank you. Clearly you're a literate person, so you saw that the title says I'm reading the entire Diary of a Wimpy Kid series over the next 24 hours, including the Rowley Jefferson subseries, contingent on how long this takes me. I have the first 14 here, the other 4, there's 18 in the original series. I have the others on digital loans, and I have the Rowley Jefferson books on digital loans. I've been wanting to reread these for a while.
How far did you get the first time you read them as a kid?
Oh,
as an adult, not judging. Whenever you read them for the first time.
No hate. But if you're a virgin and an adult and you're reading these. When I was a kid, I don't think there was more than like 2 or 3 published. I remember very vividly, obviously, reading Tried and True Diary of a Wimpy Kid many times after every tax test. Go to.
But I'm gonna be honest, I think you're gonna read all of these and have time, not to jinx you. I feel like you're gonna read all of them and have time left over because they take like an hour to read each, right?
Yeah, there's 21 books.
That's fair.
That's assuming I don't nap.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right? So I think I definitely read Roderick Rules as a kid. I don't recall The Last Straw, although now that I'm looking at him naked on the cover, maybe I do remember that.
Law and Order theme song over that right there.
Dun, 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 dun. Join us over the next 24 hours where we will be reading our hearts out and shitting our farts out.
I was gonna say, and reading my farts out, but you got there.
We all got there. This is gonna be the last clip where you see me in Busy Cash.
I was like, this is the only clip of the entire vlog. I'll do a wrap up afterward.
This is the last clip where you're gonna see me. Ends channel forever. I'm gonna do a 24-hour readathon. Well, you're not gonna know about it. The ultimate gaslight gatekeep girl boss. It is 9 p.m. My phone is in the other room. But you know what I marked as reading on Goodreads? The first book. I've decided that every time I need to get up is when I'm marking a book as read on Goodreads. So I hope I don't have to pee in the middle of one of these books. Whitney is reading Realm Breaker, and she's got like, how many pages do you have left? About?
100.
100 pages. I'm gonna read 217 pages before Whitney reads 100, because I'm just that fast. See y'all in 30 minutes. First one down. I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna rate these. How do I rate this logically? But I did enjoy it. There was one moment where I literally laughed out loud. And then I read the quote to Whitney and she laughed out loud. How's your book going?
I'm on page 491.
Out of how many?
A lot. 560, I think.
So
I have like an hour left.
you have like an hour left.
It's alright.
Slade. I'm feeling a little sleepy. How are you feeling?
I was yawning a bit, but I had to like get up and walk around, and now I'm good.
That's kind of my goal, is I'm gonna get a little snack and stretch.
I
And
got a lemonade.
she got a lemon. Second book. Done. I liked the first one more. I'm getting real tired, so I think it's time for a power nap. Listen, I may or may not have taken a nap. Moving right along, we're on book number 3, which is The Last Straw, which is where I'm at. I'm so tired. Whitney and I have kind of agreed we might fall asleep around 2 or 2:30, counting the seconds until we get there. I realized I'm really tired because I didn't sleep well last night. I had a long and stressful day at work today, and then we were gonna nap when we got home before this, but I ended up cleaning. I just finished book 3, The Last Straw, in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's going in the pile. Great. I'm gonna regret that when one of the covers bends. I'm incredibly tired, so I actually have to do a little bit of laundry because I have dirty clothes all over my room, and some things that are clean on my bed. And then I'll see how I'm feeling after that. I may go to bed, or I may pick up the next book in the series, which is Dog Days. Either way, this is next up. I'll either just read a little bit of it tonight or in a few hours when I wake up. I decided to start Dog Days. I'm on page 34, and I have discovered that the previous owner of this book decided to take some creative liberties with the illustration style, so I hope you guys enjoy. Yellow Fregley and Blue Greg. Does your book have a yellow Fregley?
No.
Didn't think so. I got to page 75 of Dog Days, almost halfway. This is where I'm calling it. You can tell we're getting tired because Whitney's standing up to read the book. We keep getting up or like switching positions every 5 minutes to like try and keep ourselves awake. Whitney said she was trying to read until 2 or 2:30. More power to ya. I've already finished 3 books, which is more books than I finished in the entire month of May and June, I think. So, alright, now that the sun's out, welcome to the backlit portion of the vlog. I'm tired. It's 8:40. I set my alarm for 8:30. I was just telling Whitney I woke up when she woke up, which was like 8, right? Yeah.
I updated my vlog at 8:10, so.
Yeah, it's time to keep making progress in Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days. I have less and less hope of finishing this series through this readathon because I keep looking over at the stack of books that I have left, and it's kind of a jump scare. So, we'll see how this goes. I'll update you when I'm finished. I finished Dog Days, so this is the 4th one done. I've read 4 books so far, which is good to me. So, moving on to the next. Oh, I will say, I don't think I read this one growing up. This story felt new to me. I remembered reading the other 3. This one I don't remember as much, so I think we're starting to approach new book territory for me, which is fun. Next up, we have The Ugly Truth. But before we do that, I did promise a little man some morning food. So let's ask him. Too scoot. You want some breakfast? Do you want some breakfast? Okay, let's go get you some. Next one down. This one I don't recall reading at all. So I think we're finally reading new ones. So this was number 5. Next up is Cabin Fever. I secretly wish it was cold outside so I could read this. Look how disgusting the pages of this book look. There's gonna be like a booger on one of these pages. Whitney, you want to do a check-in?
It's good. It's very interesting that a white woman is writing a book about black men in the South combating racism, but otherwise, I like the horse parts.
Fair warning, I'm about to have intellectual thoughts about Diary of a Wimpy Kid while eating a snow cone in my Mickey and, well, Daisy and Minnie Mouse pajamas. So, I'm about to have some thoughts that might be a little bit overanalyzed about a children's graphic.
Hands on your knees, shaking ass on your thought shit.
Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thought shit. So, one thing, first of all, we have to talk about how poorly Rowley is treated throughout these books. This is unacceptable main character behavior, for him to be abusing his friend. And then every single time Rowley's like, I don't want to be your friend anymore, Greg is like, why doesn't he want to be my friend? I'm the best thing there is. Well, maybe it's because you tell him to go up and down the hill and ride a big wheel down the hill so you can hit him with a football. Like, hello. What? Also, there's actually I was gonna say very subtle, not subtle, religious themes throughout this book, and not in the Chronicles of Narnia way where it's all an allegory about Jesus. This is very much so like, I go to church, I do this, I say this at church. Rowley doesn't go to church. He annoyed us by the end of church. And like, there's always a mention of church, at least in one of the books. And then also, you can tell this is a recession era book. You can tell that this series was started out of the 2008 recession, and the children in this book and the parents in this book are struggling because she's like, we're going to the community pool, and there's like 30 people in the community pool, and there's grown men washing their balls in the community pool shower, and then like Greg is trying to spend money on a video game, and he keeps asking his parents for money to play more on the video game that he found on the internet. And she's like, you need to go out and find ways to make money, like mowing the lawn or shoveling snow. Things like that. They're just very recession coded for those of us that grew up in the 2008 recession. I see a lot of myself in Greg Heffley, minus the abusing his friends. Anyways, I'm reading Cabin Fever.
It's really sad.
She had her pants pulled up. Steve no, she has her pants pulled up Steve Urkel style, eating a bonka bonka, also known as a rainbow snow cone, and is sobbing because a horse died in the book.
Also, the horse was a side character horse.
Not a source. We're gonna get back to our emotionally damaging, thought-provoking novels based on real events.
The two conflicts going on in our book. Mine is, how does slavery impact the horse racing business? Yours is
puberty.
Yeah. Different battles.
You know what? We're all soldiers. I have both bad news and good news. The bad news is I keep taking naps. The good news is I finally finished Cabin Fever. What was it? Is she being silly? I just finished the third wheel, which is book 7 of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. We are moving on to Hard Luck, number 8. And it has a bunch of 8 balls on the cover. That's what we call graphic design. Whitney is nearing the end of her book. How much do you have left?
40 pages.
40 pages. Do we think I can finish my entire book before she finishes?
Probably.
And that brings us to the end of book 8. Whitney informed me that my clips have been finish this one, starting this one. Do you need me to tell you what this one's about? Greg Heffley lets a magic 8-ball inform all of his life decisions, and he's no longer friends with Rowley because Rowley has a girlfriend, which is why he was the third wheel in the previous book. Spoiler alert. See, I can't tell you the plot for this one without spoiling the other 7. And I know you guys are gonna go all read this after this book, or after this video. So anyways, having a great time. I did tell Whitney and her vlog that the plot feels like it's being recycled over and over and over again, which makes sense because these books are written for literal 7-year-olds, like I was when I first read them. So like, can I get mad at this book? No. Am I mad at this book? No. Would I have picked to do another series or a different type of like reading assortment during a 24-hour readathon? Probably. I think Whitney and I are gonna do these again sometime because we're both having fun. Like, are you having a good time?
Yes.
So, I'm having a great time. I haven't read this much in a very long time, even if I am reading like little books. Like the fact that I'm still sitting here and reading them is a lot for me. So having a great time, but next time I might do what Whitney did and have a wide array of genres to read, so it's not like the same thing over and over again, but still having a great time nonetheless. So now that I am finished with book 8, book 9 is The Long Haul. Oh, is he gonna be moving? Is he gonna be going on a road trip? Stay tuned. I know you're on the edge of your seat. I just finished The Long Haul. It follows the family as they go on a road trip. However, as they go on this road trip, literally everything and anything goes wrong. And rather than this being a haha funny book for me, I was literally on the verge of a panic attack the entire time. I was like, if one more thing goes wrong on this trip. And just, I can see how the target audience for this would be like, ha ha ha, oh my god, and then what happened? And I'm sitting there as like a grown adult imagining this happening in my life, and I'm just like sweating, I'm getting nervous, I'm like, my heart's going pitta-patta, pitta-patta, pitta-patta. My camera's going out of focus because it's so stressed out. That's The Long Haul. We're done with it. We're moving on. Probably my least favorite so far. We're gonna read Diary of a Wimpy Kid Old School, book number 10. And I need to make sure I'm caught up on Goodreads to make sure I'm marking all these off. You don't remember that in Old School, on page 22, Greg Heffley goes, I want to fuck Josh Groban so bad? Dun, 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 dun. I was just informed that we are at the 1 hour mark. So, I don't know how long it actually takes me to read some of these. We'll see if I finish this before the hour's up. And I guess that'll tell us if it takes me an hour or more. I'm currently on page 22, so I have 200 pages left. It is now 8:53. We have 7 minutes left of the readathon, and I have finished Old School, which follows Greg as he goes to a camp setting in the woods as like a little retreat thing, I guess. This book was fine, but it did give me an existential crisis at one point because they were talking about a zombie, and then I was thinking about how people are buried and how one day I will die. So if you ever wanted to know what it's like, if you've ever wanted to know what it's like to have chronic OCD, I was reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid and immediately was sent into a moment of panic because I realized that I will die someday. That's 24 hours. Nearly. We have like technically like 20 minutes left because we started at like 9:15. Next up is Double Down. Hopefully this doesn't give me an anxiety / panic attack like the long haul did, or an existential crisis like Old School. I think the sleep deprivation is getting to me.
Oh, you're a little bit damp back here. Were you licking yourself?
So Whitney has just wrapped up her 24-hour readathon. We were kind of
Sorry, that's strange.
we were waiting for 24 hours. We technically started around 9:15. So I made some progress into Double Down. I'm on page 86. Whitney may stay and finish her book tonight. In the event that she does that, I'll keep reading. But within 24 hours, I read the first 10 and a half books of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. So I consider this some pretty hefty reading progress. Even if you take out all the pictures, that's a lot of words read.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes.
Whitney's still here. We're on FaceTime with Bonnie. And I just finished book 11. We chatted for a bit, so it's been a minute. This one took me a lot longer. He goes to a Halloween party and films a movie and tries to join
you read
band.
A Halloween book too?
Twins!
Halloween book era.
So, yeah. This one was probably my least favorite so far. Other than the one that gave me a panic attack and an existential crisis, but for different reasons, this one was just kind of slow. We have the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition with a free bonus print inside of book 12, The Getaway. Where's
Are you gonna hang it on your wall?
Yeah. I don't think the oh, there's the print. It's still here.
Twins.
Hey, it's been 30 seconds since we last spoke. I keep forgetting to tell you something about this book that's pissing me off. And I understand that I can't critique the writing in a legitimate way because this is not written for 25-year-olds. It's written for 7 to 12-year-olds. However, I will just say that in the last few books, I've been meaning to mention that he keeps capitalizing words to put emphasis on them. But it's a word in the sentence that you wouldn't typically expect to have the emphasis on. For example, a few weeks ago, this vacation wasn't even supposed to happen, but happen is capitalized. We were way behind on decorating. That one makes sense. Totally turned our holidays upside down. Like, I'm looking at like 3. Okay, they said that this year we were gonna skip Christmas and all go to, like, anyways. That's my complaint, is that I keep reading words that are fully capitalized and then putting extra emphasis on them in my brain, and it feels really cheesy. She says about books written for 7. I get it. Good morning. I slept so good. I just, like, that post-readathon sleep just hits different. But that being said, I was sitting in bed last night and I had the ebook for The Getaway, so I did finish this last night. So this is like where I was when I left off, so I read all this last night. So This follows the Heffley family as they go on a family vacation. I apologize if you can hear Theo going to town on his breakfast in the background. He's thoroughly enjoying himself. Anyways, I texted Whitney and I was like, hey, I gotta go to PetSmart today. So you'd think that like we'd be tired of each other after like literally spending 24 hours sitting on the couch together, basically. No, apparently I was like, hey, I gotta go run some errands. You wanna join? We could go into that a whole other time. That's not why you're here. The reason you're here is because I'm reading The Meltdown next. Another 215 page one. He's very consistent, which I appreciate. Like, I appreciate that they're all the same length. Okay, lots going on. We have to talk quick. First of all, I finished The Meltdown. This follows the boys during like winter break and the events that they get up to when school is closed and some shenanigans that they get down with on their street. I don't know. Then we have The Wrecking Ball next, which is book 14. The real reason we are panicked is because it's time for Eras Tour clowning, and yesterday on Instagram, Taylor shared a thing where it was like ready for it live from the Eras Tour, and it was for the Olympics. She's on the Reputation set right now. I think it's gonna be the old set. I don't think she's announcing the new thing, but apparently Taylor Nation was live streaming, like doing a test live stream earlier today. So there might be an announcement of sorts. I'll update you when we get back to Surprise Song O'Clock. But while we're here, I like literally just finished that book and I like ran in here. I was reading it on my ebook. I ran in here and was like, I have to tell the vlog before so I can get a reaction. I'm scared. Like I feel like I could piss myself right now. Okay, so I showered. Can you tell? The snakes, it's just, I can't put the audio on, so, oh my god. I'm also responsible for reporting this to my friends, so there's a lot happening here. Okay, we clowned. I wonder what the announcement will be, if anything. So, I guess we'll see. Time to start Wrecking Ball, a la Miley Cyrus. Hey Jeff, I'm gonna need you to cool it with the capitalized words. Remember how I was talking about this in an earlier clip? Here's an example. Okay, it's driving me crazy. I never turn on the overhead lighting in this room, and now you can see why. It's giving hospital, but I wanted to quickly update you that I finished Wrecking Ball, and so now I'm going to start the deep end, but with the deep end, I only have the ebook for that, so I will be reading it on my phone. I'm using the Libby app, not Spawn, to just read it through my library. So I am going to read this. Oh, this one has apparently 228 pages on Kindle or on this app, although I imagine it's actually around 215. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started reading this one. I have concluded the deep end, and the only really big takeaway I have after that book is the religious themes are getting greater and greater. Hello friends. As a conclusion to this 24-hour readathon vlog, I realized I haven't actually made a conclusion. I'm filming this days later, almost a week later at this point, and I just wanted to let you know that I finished all of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. I started the Rowley Jefferson series but have not finished it, but I completed my goal of doing the original Diary of a Wimpy Kid series. So yeah, thanks for joining me on this fun little adventure. I'm sure there will be more to come because Whitney and I had a blast, so I'm sure we'll be doing more in the future. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Do all that YouTube-y stuff, like liking and commenting and subscribing. And in the comments, you can leave like 3 compliments. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Happy reading.